Alright, what's up gamers? So today we're gonna check out a video made by GamingBolt about why millions of people actually love Assassin's Creed Shadows. So anyway, strap in your brain cells because we're gonna hop straight into the retardation.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is out, and depending on who you ask, is good.
Yeah, maybe if you go straight to Reddit, then yeah, you'd probably find people who say that.
Metacritic gives it an 81 based on 78 critical reviews, but the user score is about 5.9 based on 2,419 ratings.
Yeah, that's because there are a bunch of leftists who probably also got a fat paycheck from Ubisoft to shill for the game.
Steam users initially rated it mixed, but that's since risen to very positive, with 81% of the roughly 9,300 reviews giving it the thumbs up.
Well, people on Steam did pay for the game, so yeah, they're more likely to shill it, but also I've seen people on Steam complain that a game doesn't run when they have a really shitty graphics card or very shitty parts, so yeah, I wouldn't really take what Steam users say as gospel.
Between my failed attempts at a proper sleep schedule, I played a few hours and thus far enjoyed my experience, thanks in no small part to immersive mode.
Yeah, if Ubisoft handed me a fat wad of cash, I'd probably be enjoying myself too, but other than that, it would be pure pain.
Of course, no small amount of public opinion or peak concurrent player counts mean anything without solid sales numbers, right?
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Ubisoft still hasn't released the sales numbers for the game, so I wonder what's going on there.
Well, Shadows has seemingly performed pretty well there, crossing 1 million players in less than a day and 2 million shortly after.
That's not sales numbers, you fucking mongoloid.
You'd immediately think, aha, players, not sales.
Wait for it, guys, here comes the gotcha.
However, it's also confirmed that its launch has surpassed the likes of Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey.
So if that's true, why won't they release the actual sales numbers? I mean, they could release the player counts, but where's the sales numbers, huh?
By the way, the latter is the second most successful title in the franchise behind Valhalla.
Okay, AC Valhalla has 20 million sales, and this game has 3 million players. I don't think those two things compare.
And Shadows just beat it.
No, it fucking didn't.
If you're still not convinced that millions of players love it, then there's this report by VGC, which cited sales data about how the day one revenue is the second highest in series history.
Okay, so you guys notice how this is worded? It says second highest revenue, but it doesn't mention anything about sales, and for all we know, this could come from Ubisoft Plus subscriptions. Also, not to mention that the game is more expensive, being $70 compared to other games, and also there are more expensive editions, so yeah, this is a very weasel-worded way of putting it.
The PC version reportedly contributed to 27% of total activations, with Steam serving a significant role.
And Steam also has a refund policy, so how much of those were refunded?
Physically, at least in the UK, launch week sales are well short of Valhalla, but it's already sold more in 1 week than Star Wars Outlaws did in 3 months.
So this is again very weasel worded. Star Wars Outlaws only sold a total of 1 million copies, which isn't very impressive. So if this sold a bit more than that, that's not impressive at all. But also it mentions physical sales in the UK, so it could be a lot lower than that.
According to former games industry head Christopher Dring. If that wasn't enough, it's, quote, comfortably ahead of Monster Hunter Wilds and currently the biggest game launch in the UK this year.
He again mentions the UK. Now, I have no idea if he was referring to the UK when talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, but I highly doubt Monster Hunter Wilds has sold less than Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Which probably doesn't mean much since it's still March, but beating out a heavy hitter like the 8 million selling Wilds, that's no easy task.
Yeah, and you would think if Assassin's Creed Shadows has sold over 8 million copies, they would actually release the sales numbers so they can tout them around.
The kicker? According to Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson, who's very accurate with Assassin's Creed news, Valhalla had 2.55 million players on day one. Shadows has reached 2.2 million in just 2.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Yeah, I'm sure you caught that. Let's just move on.
Compare that to Odyssey, which had 430,000 on its first day and 3.4 million in its first month.
Odyssey was created in 2018, which was a year before Ubisoft Plus became a thing, and then Valhalla was made in 2020 after Ubisoft Plus had been created. So yeah, this is incredibly disingenuous.
So for all intents and purposes, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a success.
Still won't release the sales numbers though.
Is it a return to form for the series, one that has changed gears significantly since Origins?
I mean, I guess if we're talking about gameplay, Now Way brings back the stealth, but not so much when you're playing as Yasuk.
Does anyone really care about the Animus platform? And I don't. All of these are challenging questions to answer because, as the state of the games industry has revealed over the past 2 years or so, one success doesn't mean everything is sunshine and rainbows for the developers.
Maybe it's because they release a bunch of shitty games that no one asks for, but anyway, let's see what this is about.
However, the bigger question is, why do so many people like, even love, Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Okay, never mind, I thought he would go further into that point, but no dude, I don't think anyone's gonna be gaslit into liking Assassin's Creed Shadows, sorry.
I agree with many of the positive points of our review, that it's a gorgeous game, even on an RTX 4060.
Oh my god, dude, a game made in 2025 looks good? I don't actually think it looks very good, by the way. Art style over graphics any day.
With an 11th generation Core i5 on a mix of medium and high settings. That it works outside of the proverbial box, barring all the shenanigans with Kinect that some have been experiencing. That the world design, even with an open-world action RPG Assassin's Creed's tenets for cliched tropes, is some of the best in the series.
Oh, come on, that has to be a joke, dude. Just look at the Ezio trilogy, just look at Assassin's Creed 1, just look at Unity. Literally look at any other game in the franchise, this setting is horrible.
The attention to detail is simply phenomenal.
Is that why there's clipping in various different seasons?
And the extensive improvements to Anvil Next make it feel more alive.
Oh yeah, because an empty open world feels so much more alive than heading to Rome in Brotherhood.
Nawe and Yasuke have been a blast to play.
I have not seen you in
Yeah, if he can't assassinate them, he just does like a normal swing, which seems pretty lazy. Really, I just got kicked by a woman. That's good. Yeah, I'll kick you back, bitch! Get someone else! Dude, I can't get over this, man. Like, this is... Dude, I'm telling you, this game, the disrespect to this game, you can see. This is a very racist game. There's something about this, like you bash them with the musket and then just execution on the ground. Like, holy fuck.
But yeah, I 100% agree.
The former feeds into my desire for a new Tenchu game after all this time, even if it's nowhere near as brutal or punishing. For the latter, I was endlessly concerned before launch that combat wouldn't be as sharp as Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, Ghost of Tsushima is a shit game, but it is still ever so slightly better.
And while it's not as buttery smooth, the fact that it's closer than not, nailing the feel of deflections, the impact of various slices, and the sheer power of kicking some fool across the field, breaking everything in his path.
Yeah, dude, the hulking black man mowing down all the Japanese people.
The executions for both are the cherry on top, reinforcing the visceral nature of combat.
Yeah, well, I can show you a game with far better combat. It's a 15-year-old game, by the way.
Maybe I've enjoyed Shadows because I've played out Ghost of Tsushima and wanted something similar yet inherently different.
I'm sorry.
Granted, I'm mixed on some systems. Base building and calling in your allies to help out in some missions is fine, as are the seasons.
Yeah, with all the clipping and extra bullshit in the open world.
But I don't care too much for the scouts. I also remain skeptical about the gear system, which hasn't been a hindrance thus far, but time will tell. But enough about my stupid opinion. What does the rest of the world think?
Bro, the rest of the world loves it according to this retarded video. No, everyone fucking hates this dog shit game.
You'll find as many players and fans praising the title for its quality as you will those criticizing it for the same reasons as previous titles.
I don't think half of the people hating the game you're shilling is really the win you think it is.
You'll find equal amounts of criticism and praise for the storytelling and voice acting.
Oh yeah, with all the historical revisionism and English.
Though the common theme seems to be that immersive mode with Japanese voices is the way to go.
No fucking shit.
My favorite opinion is about how, good or bad, controversial or not, most people buying video games don't really care about that.
Yeah, and most people are also low IQ retards without an internal monologue. What's your fucking point?
They care about the brand, the Japanese setting, snackable open worlds that fit into their busy lives, pretty graphics. You get the idea.
Consume! Consume!
The hardcore's opinion probably means nothing in the face of all of this.
Yeah, that's right, dude. If you're an actual fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, your opinion means fucking nothing.
And there's plenty of truth in that as well, though I find it hard to believe that those millions of people are all newcomers who have no clue what they're in for.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people that started with Assassin's Creed Origins, you absolute low IQ, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing Neanderthal.
I would say the developer strategy worked, much more so than for Star Wars Outlaws.
It's not really a high bar. Also, does anyone else notice those horrible audio cuts? Fire that fucking editor.
Since that had to fight an uphill battle against franchise fatigue and disinterest.
I think everyone has fatigue for these shitty new games.
Maybe the Assassin's Creed name is that much more potent, whether it's a more traditional action-adventure like Mirage or another big open-world action RPG like the past several mainline entries.
Yeah, that's right. Just consume the unrecognizable slop that Skinwalks is your favorite franchise.
The criticism of trying to be something for everyone has been levied, but this is probably one of the few times it worked.
Yeah, go to Japan and ask if it's something for them.
Ghost of Tsushima fans, Assassin's Creed fans who want new mechanics and tools, Tenchu fans who craved a new stealth adventure in feudal Japan, graphics hounds, open world enthusiasts, loot grinders, Shadows caters to them all in pretty positive ways.
Okay, but shouldn't it be something that's primarily made for Assassin's Creed fans?
You can't get everyone to like it, which rings true for all media.
No fucking shit, and certain video games only need to appeal to a certain group of people that it's trying to target. Not every video game has to be for everyone, and most video games should not be for everyone.
However, the development team has zeroed in on the aspects which it knows will resonate with audiences, polished them to incredible lengths, and ensured that they're fun.
Oh yeah, that's a funny joke.
That's an accomplishment in itself, but more importantly, it should be a message to the higher-ups to find the fun in its games instead of getting them out as soon as possible.
That's real fucking ironic considering this is Ubisoft.
I feel for those who hate the story.
No, you fucking don't. You're literally smiling in glee because players are forced to play as a black man in a Japanese setting.
Or the same tropey system, or the so-called bloat that they're seemingly forced to engage with.
No, not seemingly. There has literally been bloat since Origins, you disingenuous retard.
But just as there are things I don't like about Shadows, there are 10 other aspects that I enjoy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying that money Ubisoft gave you to create this video.
Call it being overtly forgiving or killing time until Ghost of Yotei arrives.
Oh god.
But everyone has their reason. And if they're having fun, sometimes that's enough.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Don't think about anything. Don't look into it. Just consume. Just enjoy yourself. Don't think about all the subversion in every single piece of media that's released now.
And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at Gaming Bolt, please consider subscribing to our channel.
Yeah, absolutely not. Anyway, guys, do all the things the algorithm likes, and I'm out.